deep inside, we're no different than your average motorhead. We live to thrash sports cars on challenging roads. And for those occasions when two seats won't cut it, we grab the keys to sports sedans. So what's up with spending 40,000 miles in an XXXL SUV that's bigger than many Nick apartments? Fact is, our transportation needs run the gamut, just like yours. Boxsters and Miatas, vehicles of choice for two-person getaways, are misfits on family vacations. We occasionally move furniture, take camping trips, and shuttle visitors to and from the airport. Some of us avoid our families altogether by spending our weekends at racetracks. Which is to say, sometimes we need something big. Meet Big Den, a 2015 GMC Yukon XL Denali 4WD that casts a shadow twice as large as a Fiat 500. Mashing the scales at just over 6,000 pounds, this Lone Star limo hauls 8, tows 7,900 pounds, and comfortably sleeps a parent into adventurous kids. Full disclosure, when this 40,000-mile gambit was complete, we negotiated an extra 8,000 miles to accommodate pressing vacation and racing needs. This is the flagship of GMC's fleet. Starting with a longer 130-inch wheelbase, versus the regular Yukon's 116, four-wheel drive, and sumptuous Denali trim, our automonger exercised restraint by adding but two options to the $69,375 base price, a $4,160 two-man package, entertainment system with second and third row DVD screens, sunroof, theft deterrent system with self-powered horn, and head-up display, and $495 22-inch wheels. Most Yukons are sold with Denali trim for good reason, there's substance behind the geographically disorienting badge. The $16,780, $16,880 for 2016 upgrade from a base Yukon SLE 4X4 adds a 6.2-liter V8, heated and cooled perforated leather front seats, a heated second row bench, a power folding third row, magnetic ride control dampers, heat headlamps, active noise cancellation, a larger alternator, heated mirrors, a customizable driver's display, and, last but not least, sparkling exterior body side moldings. The heart of the beast is a V8 that's closely related to the Chevy Corvette's LT1 engine. Major features: direct fuel injection, variable intake and exhaust valve timing, and cylinder shutdown during light loads, are common to both. The GMC has milder valve timing to skip the Stingray's nervous idle jitters, which means power is down a touch, but both engines deliver the same 460 lb-ft torque punch. Even though this is a naturally aspirated pushrod design in a world of boosted, multi-valve, overhead cam engines, it's perfectly suited to the SUV mission, being smooth, reliable, and reasonably fuel efficient. One demerit is that premium fuel is recommended. After braking, Big Den clocked a 6.5-second run to 60 miles per hour, 15.1 seconds at 96 miles per hour in the quarter mile, and a governed top speed of 113 miles per hour. While that's roughly a dead heat with the last Ford Expedition we tested, the Blue Oval easily beats the GMC 70-0 mph stopping distance and 0.75 G, inhibited by stability control, cornering ability. At the 40,000-mile final test, we discovered that launching this rig in four-wheel drive mode trimmed 0.6 seconds from both the 0 to 60 mph and quarter-mile ET figures, moving it toward acceleration parity with the smaller and lighter Mercedes-Benz GL 453 route transporter. When it breaks free of parking maneuvers and the all-suburban cut and thrust, this GMC finds its comfort zone. The longer you drive it, the less its dwelling-sized dimensions annoy you. The V8 is virtually silent in its work, even when half its cylinders go on for let us say fuel. We were amazed to see the 4-cylinder indicator light up with a loaded trailer in tow at 70 miles per hour, at least on level ground. Our 16 mpg overall mileage tied the aforementioned Benz. Multiply that fuel economy by the 30.9 gallon tank capacity and you've got enough range to leap whole states in a single bound. Unfortunately, Big Ben's transfer case did not uphold the engine's impeccable dependability record. One editor inadvertently cycled the ignition button while the driveline was in auto, on-demand 4-wheel drive mode, locking the transfer case in 4 high, locked 4 WD. According to a service foreman at West Chevrolet in Alcoa, Tennessee, this was a glitch common to all 2015 GM 4-wheel drive pickups and large SUVs. To temporarily mend the crow hop caused by turning on dry pavement with 4-wheel drive fully engaged, the dealership flashed an electronic control module. We waited 2 months and 6,300 miles until our local dealer installed a software fix issued by GM as a service update. During this period, we also noticed an intermittent whine that seemed to be coming from the driveline. In fact, this was an electrical noise generated by the transfer case control module mounted near the accelerator pedal. Thankfully, that annoyance simply disappeared. Other than that, though, only 5 other visits to the dealer were necessary over 40,000 miles for tire rotations, inspections, and oil and filter changes. This routine service cost us only $245, less than half the expense of replacing a windshield fractured by debris from Michigan's war-torn roads. 2 trivial recall fixes, one for adding an AC system sticker, a second for correcting owner's manual language related to dinghy towing, were installed during the regular service stops, showing no favoritism to any point of the compass. We enjoyed trips to New York, Texas, and Arizona. Our logbook lists 6 visits to the Bluegrass State as well as multiple runs to Michigan's enchanting Upper Peninsula. Driver commentary was, for the most part, complimentary. The 15 beverage holders and 6 power receptacles were deemed adequate for today's hard gammon, hard juice boxing kits. The luxury of 3 separate climate-controlled thermostats avoided lots of whining. Several did grouse about the offset between the steering wheel and the center of the driver's seat, but added that this quirk is soon forgotten while driving. The hinge-down entertainment screens obliterate the inside mirror's view, a problem other makers avoid by offsetting these screens to the side. Third-rail headrests also scuttle cop sight lines, but fortunately they can be removed or compressed out of the way. Satellite radio reception was occasionally missing in action, and the navigation system drove many straight to their smartphones for needed route info. Considering its $74,030 sticker, we found the leather, stitching, plastic, and wood trim underwhelming. Some thought that all the seats were too firm for long-haul comfort, while others rated the front bucket's thigh support too soft to sustain the Denali's cornering ability. It takes a village. Big Dan understands the concept of dead straight ahead, and its steering held us there with minimal correction. The brake pedal is firm and commendably linear in its delivery of more deceleration for each increment of additional pressure. More amazing, the brake pads took their licking while towing without wearing out. Our measurements predict that they will last more than 100,000 miles. The magnetic ride control dampers keep the body on an even keel without spanking occupants over bumps and expansion joints. The original set of Bridgestone Dueler HL Alenza tires powered us safely through the snow season, in part because 22-inch winter tires weren't readily available. This truck's trailer sway control programming works in total transparency. Air bladders integrated with the rear dampers level the Denali when towing heavy loads, but we wouldn't mind a knob on the dash to drop the vehicle for trailer hookup. The 6 switches that operate the power folding rear seats got a serious workout. 2 raise and lower the 60/40 split rear row. 4 fold and pivot the middle row forward, though erecting it bench is a manual operation. One parent longed for a means of sliding the middle row rearward to stop his kids from kicking the driver's seat in time with whatever horrid Taylor Swift song was playing. As part of the 2015 redesign, GMC had added a 3-inch spacer to make the rear load floor reasonably flat, if not perfectly level. The result is that every bicycle, suitcase, or anvil you pack into this ute must be lifted 3 feet off the ground. Also, the new compartment under the cargo floor is largely useless except for transporting pizzas. That said, there is ample room between the wheelhouses to haul 4-foot wide sheets of building materials like a pro. Is there a better way to configure the hard-working back half of this vehicle? 9 years ago, GMC ditched a traditional ladder frame to improve the efficiency and flexibility, if not towing ability, of its front 4-wheel drive Acadia. Ford enhanced the full-size Expedition Navigator Duo by interlacing Husky frame members around an independent rear suspension, thereby lowering the cargo floor. We hear from the GM grapevine that an IRS is under consideration for the next generation of mega subs, a long overdue move in our opinion, especially for the luxury-oriented Cadillac and GMC brands. The wood-paneled wagons that cruised suburbia decades ago evolved into today's vast selection of haulers ranging in size from Mazda CX-3 to our Big Den. Let this be your guide to working your way through the two-box fleet. Buying just enough is always smarter than picking way too much. Our Yukon XL, which we've dubbed Big Den, proved unstoppable during the harsh Michigan winter. The combination of remote starting, effective seat heaters, and excellent climate control provided a capable base of operations for forging through snow, ice, slush, and frigid temperatures. Even without winter tires or even full tread depth on the original equipment, all-season rubber, Bridgestone Dueler HL Alenzo M+S, size 285/45R22, our 4x4 driveline kept us rolling when others headed for the ditch or for garage protection from the elements. While we prefer winter rubber over all-season tires for the colder months of our long-term tests, none with sufficient load carrying capacity were readily available in the GMC's 22-inch wheel size. Even though the cold weather cut our efficiency by 1 mile per gallon, this GMC's large fuel tank still provides 500 miles of range. Although our overall average is only 16 miles per gallon, reaching 20 when cruising at or above the speed limit is possible on the highway. A trip to the track revealed decent performance for such a big rig. The run to 60 miles per hour took 6.5 seconds, and we clocked a 96 mph quarter mile in 15.1 seconds. The 22-inch all-season Bridgestone Dueler tires hung on for 0.75 grams of grip on the skid pad, and pizza-sized brake discs stopped our Denali from 70 miles per hour in 189 feet with moderate fade. The more time we spend behind the wheel, the smaller this grand van feels. What seems large and cumbersome in your driveway shrinks around you as the miles of interstate disappear behind you. The Husky V8 cruises silently even while running on 4 cylinders, and the magnetic adjustable dampers and all-coil spring suspension provide a placid ride. We can't wait to put the 7,900-pound tow rating and the 8-passenger interior to vacation use. Sure, we love sports cars and nimble hatchbacks for our daily commutes. But when there are swimming holes to visit, collector cars to retrieve, and road trips with family and friends, this Yukon XL Denali is the first to be reserved, often weeks in advance. Watch this space to see how a classic American pickup-based luxury wagon fares over the long haul.